Hello people of YouTube, I'm here in the custom shop here with Kris and we're debating SG versus Les Paul.
Yeah.
And SGs are better, so that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Goodbye.
Now we're going to talk about the differences, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, you would say like the electronics are the same, so you could say like, yeah, whatever, it just looks different, you know. But if you've never tried an SG before and you're like a beginner or just new to SGs, there are a couple of things that are really interesting and you should consider trying one first before you hate it or love it, because it's a very interesting guitar. First of all, should we go into the details or?
Yeah, well, let's like, I would say the Les Paul is kind of a standard. You know, it's like you've got your S-type and your LP type guitars. And when you start off with your budget stuff, you very rarely, not very rarely, but you're more likely to see that sort of guitar that you're covering up completely with your hands.
Yeah, exactly. I'm planning on taking this home with me.
So this is kind of not as common. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, this was the original design. So it came out in '52, I think, and 9 years later, the SG came out in '61 because these didn't sell that good, and Gibson thought that's a good idea to just replace it. And people love the SG as well, but it's always like the number two, you know, like the underdog.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a cool guitar, but a Les Paul is like the number one that everyone's in love, as long as we're talking Gibson or Gibson style guitars. Electronics, pickups, and the pods and your toggle, that's the same. So you have different pickup options, of course, depending on which, you know, how much money you spend and which model you get.
Or the sound that you want.
Yeah, of course, of course. Most of them will have humbuckers, PAF style humbuckers. One of those that Gibson built, there are a couple of those existing, and you always have a volume and a tone knob per pickup. So you do have the same configuration, 4 knobs, just like on your Les Paul, and you have your 3-way toggle switch, exactly like on a Les Paul. So as far as that goes, they're identical. But then the funny stuff starts. First of all, you do have the same combinations, but the guitars will sound totally different. Why?
Why?
Well, if I say wood matters, some people will get really angry. But you know what?
Wood matters.
And the thing is that it's a thinner body, it's a different construction.
Bring it over here and then we can...
That's really interesting.
Oh, like that, there we go.
Look at this. I want to say it's like half as thick, but there's like a couple of millimeters.
2/3 maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Missing on that one. So it's a thinner body, it vibrates differently. There's also a way longer neck that's way more offset to the left. So look at this, the neck actually starts right there where the body stops. So the edge of the body is going to be your 22nd fret. It's really interesting. On a Les Paul, if you compare those two, look at this. The neck goes way into the body, and the last fret is, of course, you know, the stability of the neck is really interesting. And that's one of the most important things I think you have to consider before just buying one without testing one. Just, you know, click online or something, just try one from your buddy or your, I don't know, dad or whoever has an SG. It's really interesting because you do have a built-in whammy bar into your neck. And what I mean
I'm not going to demonstrate it, not on this custom shop.
I will. It's not a big problem because the neck is so long and not really thick, it bends. You can actually pull it back and you alter your pitch. Most importantly, the neck on an SG is way more to the left. That makes it play different. Both of your hands are way more offset.
And I've got long monkey arms, and I like that because it makes it feel like the body looks ridiculous on me because I'm so tall that it looks like a mini guitar. But the neck's so far that way that it feels comfortable because I get a longer, not so much sort of
the tension is good and the angle of your arm. And also because of that, it's first of all ergonomics, and second of all, the bendy thing. Yeah. You know, you have your.
Well, that's what I mean about it being wild. Yeah. Is that you can. Oh, I did it.
Well, there you go. You told you won't, but you did.
I did it. I had to do it.
And that's a really cool thing if you know that it's existing and you don't go crazy.
Time for some sad news, people. It would not be fair to compare this custom shop SG with this custom shop Les Paul. Kris, tell them why.
Well, we did want to grab something that's not ridiculously expensive, first of all. Second of all, there are SGs and Les Pauls with the same electronics. So we've chosen these two.
So the guitar I'm going to be playing is an SG Standard from 2019 with a 490 rhythm and a 490 treble. What have you got?
The same pickups, same electronics, and this is the 2019 Les Paul Studio.
So as close as we can get,
yeah.
But one is an SG and one is a Les Paul.
Yeah.
Rock and roll?
Rock and roll. Let's start gaining. Interesting.
That was some sweet rock and roll there.
It's both do the tasty rock and roll thing, of course, and the neck is different. The SG neck is more of a D shape. It's still a C,
is slim,
but and that's more of a C, thinner or thicker depending on the model. But an SG just feels so different, and actually, it's, I don't know, sound is more mid-rangey.
Yeah,
if you ask me, less bite and less growling.
Again, it is biting, but this is fuller for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that's coming across in the video because I can really hear not like a lack of something this has, but also that has something this doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. Its strength is this mid-range. It's this woody sounding, warm and open mid-range.
Yeah.
And that's just thicker, you know, more underneath, more below, above, that's the word. And nothing in the middle. It's a little bit like a scooped sound in comparison to SG, which is so cool. And they work very good together. Like a band with two players.
I was about to say exactly. When you played that riff, so in my head, or in my ears, I was hearing both guitars at the same time playing the same riff and then coming up with this monstrous rock sound.
Yeah, yeah. You have everything if you combine, for example, two of these. All right, clean. Let's do something clean.
Yeah.
All right. It's way harder to work the neck.
I could see the veins in your head pumping.
It's like, move.
Yeah, this one's like on a hinge.
Yeah, you have to be careful not to overbend it, actually. Yeah. Wow. Just for the sake of it.
Yeah. No!
Of course!
SG type person. I have a Les Paul style guitar because I feel I need one in my studio, and it gives me something the SG can't. But if I'm after some fun rock and roll, I tend to gravitate towards that one. And I'd be interested to know what you people watching, which camp do you sit in? Are you SG people, non-SG people, LP people, LPSG, STTE people?
Or just people.
Or just people, yeah. That's fine as well. Well, Kris, I've learned a lot today.
That's been awesome.
Most importantly, I've had fun.
Oh yeah, me too, especially at the end.
Yeah, that was some high game madness.
The red button there.
Thank you for watching, Kris. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely, you're welcome.
We're going to have some coffee and some biscuits now. Coffee and biscuits is necessary in rock and roll.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Thank you for watching.
I don't know what I was talking about then.
Well, it's all right. It kind of made some sort of a sense, so it's all right, I guess.
Ready? No.
Nope.